welcome back to my channel. My name is Colleen, and today I want to talk to you about all those pesky minimum payments that are just eating away at your budget. In today's society, it is so easy to swipe now, pay later, that sometimes you can really justify it to yourself to do that for just about everything. And I'm no exception to this. I am currently making payments on my son's surgery. I am also currently paying off my laptop. Both of those are 0% interest. They are in total about $300 a month that I will be done with in a handful of months. But because I don't have a million minimum payments every 2 weeks, every month, that makes it a very manageable amount that we can handle. Now, I've seen some crazy like Affirm and Afterpay videos, so I wanted to show you guys some and talk about it.
Now, I done witnessed a lot of struggles in my life and in my friends' life and on this social media platforms across the board. But Afterpay for a Raising Cane's box combo,
Oh my God.
We gotta do better for ourselves, people. We gotta do better. I don't know why even Afterpay will let you do that. 4 installments of $275, bro. If you gotta pay $275 back in 4 installments every other week, we gotta do better. So you just gotta do better.
I'm sorry. We're just starting off strong here. You're affirming your dinner. You're affirming $10. Like, I understand, like, when I did it with my son's surgery, that was thousands of dollars that I broke up into like $200 a month. That total is kind of sitting in our emergency fund. We have that money. But yes, it made it a little more digestible spending a couple $100s a month. I do understand that mentality. But if you can't pay the $10 for your Raising Cane's or $11, then you probably shouldn't be eating out.
I just took out a loan for basic needs and food. Like, needs/food. I have never in my life had to take out a loan for the things that my home needs. I had to make the decision of gas or food, or somehow budget it and split that and get a little bit of gas and get a little bit of food until I get paid again. I said, there's no way. I cannot do this. I need to have a little bit more for gas, and I need to have enough food. So Affirm has, its thing with Sam's Club.
Okay.
I was like, fuck it. Let's just take out a loan for our basic needs. I feel like this is not okay. This is not okay. We're fucked.
I have seen that. Not with Sam's Club. I don't have a membership to Sam's Club. But I have seen at Walmart, like this past weekend, I was at the self-checkout, and it had on there if I wanted to affirm my groceries. Which, I don't know. I'm torn on how I feel about this. Because I can empathize with being in that scenario and being in that situation, and I can only imagine what it feels like. And I don't know, the idea of you paying off your groceries over a couple weeks on Affirm with no, I think I saw like if you do like 4 installments, there's no interest. There might be like a little fee. I'm not sure. But I guess that versus getting like a payday loan, which is like a couple 100% interest, which would just keep you in this perpetual cycle. So I guess I can see like in a bind needing that. And I empathize, and my heart goes out to her that you have to make this really hard choice between feeding yourself and your family versus putting like gas in the car, because you need both, okay? You need the food, and also depending on, are your kids in school? Are you working outside the home? Or are you working remotely? You need gas in your car. We live in a society where you have to go places. Oh, so it's sad, and I agree. That is a very messed up situation. The next one's a very short one.
Klarna is not for the broke. If you don't have money for a purchase up front, do you think splitting it into 4 payments is financially smart? And let me find out you're not putting that payment on a credit card, making the minimum payment, racking up interest charges. It's now costing you more than what you were originally going to pay for. Please be smart.
That is one thing about it I don't understand. Because I think the like 4 installments is like every other week. Yeah, so like bi-weekly payments. So you're paying it instead of right then and there, you're paying it within the next like 2 months. Is that stretching it so like that much further? Because a lot of the things that I see, and granted it's all online, that people are affirming is normally wants. The fast food, the shoes, the clothes, the this. I can't really fault someone for affirming or doing what they have to do to feed their family, put gas in their car, but because those are needs. But doing it for once, like, is that really helping? Is that really stretching it that far? Like, I'm very curious.
Afterpay is getting out of hand. Once I pay off this little purchase, I am deleting the whole entire app.
Good.
You can pay monthly now on anything that's over $400. And Expedia is on the list now. So you could do $1,000 vacation and pay for it $100 a month. And I think it doesn't have any interest. Yeah, it's no interest. You know how dangerous that is? I'm happy I'm not, the let's go travel at random type, but I know people who are. I know people who will book a flight for tomorrow today, and now they don't have to pay it all in one day. They can choose it for 12 months. I mean, I think this is going to be good if you're in a situation where you have to go see family. But you know how many people are going to abuse that? Y'all don't get into any more debt than you need to. These debt collectors, they have no soul, and everything is higher than giraffe hoo-ha. I said this in another video, and y'all were laughing at me. You about to be able to buy a house on Klarna. You about to be able to pay rent on Afterpay. I just feel it.
So that's great that she wants to get out of this cycle, because I feel like Affirm, Afterpay, all of that is gonna, if it's not already, is gonna become the new like payday loan cycle. I don't know why I'm moving my hand so much. Because like once you're in it, and again, then you have 1 million minimum payments and you owe this much every month. And I heard now it's even like reporting to your credit. So like you don't pay it, that could tank your credit. But it's just, I'm glad she's getting out of it. But I know this isn't like a new concept. We got the payday loans, but we also like, I remember growing up having like seeing the Kmart commercials with layaway. And I think one of the biggest differences, and I hope I'm not misremembering this, is that with layaway, you'd like pick your item, you'd make your payments on your item, and then after you pay for your item, you get it. Like once it's paid off in full, then you get it. But here, I think what people aren't like fully realizing is like you're making your first payment, you're getting your item, and then again, you're still making payments on this thing. Like that Raising Cane's, you're still making payments for like 2 months for one meal you had. Now, this last video is a little bit longer and kind of different than what we've been talking about, but it definitely has that same mindset of a lot of minimum payments you have every month, a lot of loans. I believe this woman, and if you've seen it on TikTok, she has like 44 or 45 different individual loans.
I have $6,300 in minimum payments.
$6,300 in minimum payments a month. That is more than, I think, oh my God, that is more than the average person makes in a month.
You heard that right. $6,340-ish net take home, minus the 2 months of the year that I get an extra paycheck. $6,300 out. 44 loans. 44! You heard that correct. Down from 45. I paid one off last week. That was fun. It freed up $50 a month. Heck yeah. Ugh. I have such a love-hate relationship with these payday videos because I know that the people who follow me or the people who find me absolutely love these videos. But these are hard for me. There's a lot of emotion that goes into it because every single time I do one of these videos, I face a new reality. And yes, I'm aware that I had $6,300 and $6,300 going out because I budget But it's like the last time I finally fessed up to how many loans I had. This time I'm like, been thinking this week about all of my minimum payments and all of the money that's not working for me, it's working against me. And this week I had to make some hard decisions, and I let 2 credit cards get put into hardship, and one, they closed the account, but they're going to allow me to have an interest-free 60-month loan, and I can pay them back whenever I want. And I needed the relief. It's going to tank my credit, I'm very aware, but I needed the relief more. And it freed up $400 a month. So next month, I will finally have a little bit of breathing room. Not a ton, but a little bit.
That's really hard. The thing is, a lot of these loans, some of them are very predatory. But it's good that some of them, even though it's going to hurt her credit for the short term, that allowed her to do that. 0%, it's freeing up some money, so hopefully she can really tackle some of this debt. Oh my goodness, I can't imagine the stress that she's under.
And how does one acquire 44 loans?
Yeah.
Carefully. Just joking. Life. Custody, divorce, gambling addiction, depression. Life happens. But you are not defined by what happened.
Mm-hmm.
You are defined by what you did with what happened.
I'm sure it took her a while to get to this outlook on everything, but it sounds like she went through some really hard things that kind of brought her to this situation. But I'm glad she's not letting it define her. Because what happened in the past is what happened in the past. And it does really matter what you're doing now with it. Are you dwelling on it? Are you making it worse? Or are you trying for better? Are you working yourself through it? It's hard. That's so much she has to do every single month. But she's owning it. She's taking that responsibility, and she's working on getting herself out of this hole and back to where she wants to be, which I find extremely admirable.
And that's what I'm doing. I'm correcting it every day. And I came onto TikTok to spill this tea because I wanted something better. And I was not having any accountability. I didn't have anybody I can do this with. So I was like, I'm going to find people on the internet. And I found you, so thank you. And if you're new to this channel, please give me a follow, because we're building a beautiful community of people who support people. That being said, I know that you guys want to actually see what I spent my money on. Hang on. These are my lovely bills for this check. $109 in a personal loan, $300 on a credit card, upgrade $485. That is a debt consolidation loan, and that's one reason that debt consolidations don't always work.
I brought that up in my last video. Sometimes debt consolidation can be great, but sometimes it just frees up more credit for you to rack up again, and then you have even more money in debt.
Because you go get into more debt afterwards. Personal loan, $241. That one is going away. That is a bi-weekly payment. If you're new here, I've saved $700 this month towards paying that off as soon as my daughter is back on American soil. And then I have a personal loan of $264, a personal loan of $118, another personal loan of $325. We will pay that off in August. With my third check that I get extra. IRS, $220. I had to call the IRS today because somebody hacked into my bank account and I need to change the bank account numbers, which I already did on the website, but I got a letter sent saying that I was in collections. I sat on hold for an hour and a half, y'all. I never had to work, so I did it while I had a commute, and they never picked up, and then I had to go see clients. I was just like, ah! And then a personal loan of $135. That one is going away. I owe $500 on it. I've been paid on it a couple years. Another personal loan of $139. School, $79. July is going to be so expensive, y'all. I have to help my daughter pay for college applications. pay for pay her last semester of private school. Thank God. And it's way more than $79. That's just that's her one of the schools. She goes to 2 different schools. A bill of $90, a car insurance of $241, which is going up to $390. I have a teenager. And that was after getting them down. I had to switch insurance companies. And then Affirm, $300. All minimum payments, every single one of them.
Can you imagine having that much as just minimum payments? So not even how much like extra she's putting on, just like bare minimum to stay current on all of her bills. That's how much she has to spend in these past just 2 weeks. And those 2 weeks. So I did find all these videos pretty interesting, and if you did too, hit that like and subscribe button. I am trying out this new content style of just some financial commentary, kind of open up that conversation. So if you like that, let me know. I definitely have some more that I would love to talk about coming up. But I will say, my final kind of thoughts for Affirm. I think it can be a very useful tool. And I think I said this on the credit card video. I have done the 0% credit cards, but had a plan to pay that off in full before any interest came up. You have to know who you are as a person, what your spending habits are, what money you're bringing in, and what is actually realistic for you to do it so it doesn't hurt you, you know? So I watch Caleb Hammer, and he goes through people's like finances and helps them out and everything. And he has shown on there that people have Affirm payments on their credit cards and they're not paying off their credit cards in full. So like, depending on how many different installments they have of that, they could be doing interest or fees with Affirm that's then on a 30% credit card that then you're paying more fees and interest on. So I think it can be a useful tool if you have like one big purchase, you know you paid off, there's no extra fees or anything like that, and you have the money. Or if you're in that situation where you need groceries, you need gas, and you just need a little stopgap, but you're gonna, again, pay it off in the 2 weeks and not go to a more predatory thing like a payday loan, where again, we've seen some of those that are like 200, 300, like obnoxious percentages that I don't really understand how they get away with charging people. But if your option is Affirm for 0% or a small fee versus that, then yes, that Affirm makes more sense, and you have to do what you have to do to take care of your family and yourself. So again, I think it can be a useful tool if used correctly and responsibly. I definitely don't think people should be affirming everything, but you know, their lives, their finances, they know it better than I do. Well, thank you guys for joining me today in this conversation. Leave your thoughts on Affirm and minimum payments and anything that you want down below, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye.